And during the game, suspended owner Marge Schott passed a note through a bat boy to the new manager, Davey Johnson. Marge's note said, "Win one for me." Now, Schott is allowed only social contact with members of the Reds. A Major League Baseball spokesman says they'll have to find out more about this. Another weird twist in this game. Chris Sable, you see, homered earlier. Well, he gets knocked down here by Greg Maddux with the Reds up comfortably 3-0. Top of the seventh, Deion Sanders, who has the only hit to this point off of Tim Belcher, gets plucked in the back. The sixth pitch of this at-bat. Deion said he wasn't mad at Belcher. He would have tried to throw at me in the first pitch. Well, when Belcher comes up, Marvin Freeman doesn't retaliate. Terry Pendleton, the supposed captain of this team, walks off the field because he's mad that Freeman didn't throw at Belcher. More about that in a second. In any case, Belcher was the story. Fastball blazing and bending breaking balls and getting Barry Hill and company to go flailing at pitches. 10 strikeouts for Belcher as the Reds win 4-0. As for this unbelievable incident with Pendleton walking off the field, Bobby Cox said he'd rather not talk about it after the game. The pitcher in question, Freeman, said, "I got no instructions to hit anyone. I would have been more than happy to accommodate them." It's win one for Davey Johnson. Look for Rob Dibble to come off the DL this week. Baseball's hottest team, the Dodgers, going for 9 in a row, hosting San Diego, and Derek Bell turning on a Steve Wilson pitch for a home run to tie the game at 2. Wilson replaced Orel Hershiser. More about Orel's injury in a second. Bottom of the fourth, Wally Whitehurst gets battered. A seeing-eye single by Jose Offerman scores Jody Reed. Dodgers take a 3-2 lead. Next hitter, Eric Davis, swinging a hot bat. The double down the left field line. Follow that with a Tim Wallach 2-run homer. And the Dodgers win their 9th consecutive game, all at home. First time that they've won a homestand longer than 4 games since moving to L.A. They win this game 8-3. Philadelphia. That's Eric Hillman. Down 2-1, make it down 3-1. Wes Chamberlain, a rope over the fence and left. The Phillies would take a 4-1 lead to the 9th. Mitch Williams comes on. You think enough said, right? Dave Gallagher with 2 on says no. Gallagher says this is no laughing matter. A single to score Bonilla and Kent, make it a 1-run game. David West relieves Williams, taken out in the save situation. Chico Walker hits what could have ended the game, but Juan Bell boots it, keeps it alive for the number 2 hitter in the Mets lineup, Charlie O'Brien. Fair ball down the left field line. Gallagher's the tying run. Chico is the man. He is the winning run. Jeff Innes gets the save, and the Mets win 5-4. Some Philly fans brought brooms, anticipating a 3-game sweep. After the game, Dallas Green said they can stick those brooms. O'Brien's 4 for 9, hitting in the 2 spot. Mets are 16 back.
Brewers Cito Gaston hoping Morris can improve on his 17-20 mark against Milwaukee. So much for improvement. Top of the 4th, no outs, runners on the corners. B.J. Surhoff, one of his 3 hits, good enough to score Robin Yount. It put the Brewers up in front 3-1. Same inning, Morris to Greg Vaughn. And Vaughn goes deep for the 11th time this year. The Brewers scored 6 runs in that 4th inning, the 3rd time a team has batted around against Morris this season. There is your 8-1 final. Yount, Surhoff, 3 hits apiece. Lampkin with 3 RBIs. Jack Morris now 17-21 lifetime against Milwaukee. At the present time, Morris has an ERA over 10. Angels at the Kingdome. Randy Johnson pitching for the M's. Johnson doing quite well, getting John Orton one of his 7 Ks in 6 innings. The game was scoreless, though, into the 8th. Johnson's run support came in the bottom of the 8th when Rich Amaral singles off Scott Lewis. Fernando Viñas scores 1-0 Mariners. 2 outs in the 8th. Joe Gray, Dave Valley connects off Gray. Amaral scores. That was really all the Mariners needed. 2-0 was your final. Shutouts nothing new to a team that has 2 no-hitters, one by Johnson, the other by Chris Bosio, who will be activated off the DL on Friday. Griffey Jr. and Mackey Sasser chipped in with 2 hits apiece. The Red-Hot Royals in Chicago, David Cone with a rocky first inning. He gave up 3 runs. Here's how he gave up one of those 3 to Tim Raines. Number 3 on the year for Raines. The Royals were down 3-1 after 1. Same score in the 3rd when George Brett ties the game off Alex Fernandez. A 2-run home run, the 2 RBIs moves Brett past DiMaggio into 31st place in RBIs all time. Top of the 5th, game still tied. Mike McFarland with the blooper. For Joey Cora, a bummer. Brian McRae scores 4-3 Kansas City. Bottom of the 9, 2 on for the Sox. Jeff Montgomery wasn't intimidated by Robin Ventura. Ventura in a horrible slump, 1 for 11 in his last 4 games. That ground out ended the game. The Royals win 4-3. Remarkably, they're now a game over 500. 14 of their 22 wins have come by a single run, a big
If he had a chance to do it on Wednesday night. Offensive support in the third. Delino DeShields off of Joe McGrain. Single up the middle. Tim Laker comes around to score, and the Expos took a 3-0 lead. To the seventh, DeShields again, and this one is not up the middle. It's to right and just inside the pole. 6-0 Expo lead, and Hill had a strong outing and some defensive help. Marquise Grissom tracking the shot down to center. Hill had to leave this game with a strained groin in the seventh, but he pitched well enough to get that sixth win. Montreal won 6-0. Lou Frazier, the number 2 hitter in the lineup, 3 for 4, first big league homer. The St. Louis native, 7 of 10 against his former home city team in this series. The Florida Fish in Pittsburgh. Chris Hammond pitching, 1 man on. Pirates down 4-2. Bottom of the 8th. Andy Van Slyke. The shot to right, Geronimo Barroa. Geronimo. That is trouble. It's to the wall. Yes, the run scores Lloyd McClendon. What about Van Slyke? The circle route. Look at him. He looks like a decathlete running the last of the final event. Slides in safely. In the park homer. Game tied at 4 in the 9th. Runner on third. Rich Renteria. Suicide squeeze to perfection. Scoring Chuck Carr with the game-winning run. Florida wins 6-5. Harvey gets the save, 1 shy of Enrique Romo's record for most saves by an individual on an expansion team. Orlando Merced's 14-game hit streak is gone. In Houston, Dante Bichette knocked in all 3 runs for the Rockies, including the gamer in the 8th. And the Rockies have won 2 straight, ties a franchise record. Jeff Bagwell homered. His hit streak is 13. Mark Portugal left the game in the 4th with
Oakland. This one was a wild one. A's up by 3 in the 8th. Eckersley coming on to face Gene Larkin. And Larkin doing the damage in center. A double scores Ken Herbeck and Brian Harper. Eck blows his 5th save of the year. Twins up by 1-9-8. Twin stopper Rick Aguilera coming into the game, 12 saves and 12 chances. He had all sorts of control problems. Walking Troy Neal, it was 10-9 Oakland. Tom Kelly a bit concerned with his relief pitcher and the strike zone. Top of the 9th, Joe Baver with a chance for a save. He blows it. Thanks to Kirby Puckett, one of Puckett's 4 hits on the day. 12-10 Twins. Bottom 9, George Samus facing Ruben Sierra, already with 4 RBIs, but he could not come up with another RBI there. Twins hang on, and yes, it is over. They end their 8-game slide for Oakland. Marcos Armas, the younger brother of Tony, hits his first major league home run. Oakland's Brent Gates did have 3 hits, including his 2nd home run of the year. The Red Sox, losers in Detroit, 4-2 your final. 9 right field putouts for Rob Deere in this game, 2 short of the major league record. Baltimore in the Bronx, where Mike Mussina made 1 mistake all game, came in the 6th inning, and that was it. Pat Kelly with a 2nd homer in as many days, his 4th of the year. We're tied up at 1. To the 8th we go. Melito Perez was pitching quite well until right there when he really didn't get any help from Jim Leyritz here and right on the Cal Ripken fly. Leyritz, who hadn't played right in over a year, shows he's a bit rusty. Jack Voigt scores. O's go on to win this game 6-2. Mike Mussina comes back from that shortest outing of his career to win his.
Braves did not confirm the fine or the amount, and then he struck out. Now you can leave the field. Top of the 5th, 1-1 tie. Ron Gann, a shot deep to left. He's already homered once. He's homered twice. It's 2-1 Braves. Then in the bottom of the 7th, the Reds threatening against Smoltz. Joe Oliver, the single to right. That's the work of the new Reds hitting instructor Ray Knight. This is not. Juan Samuel, here he comes to the plate. Out. Bottom of the 8th, the 3-2 lead for the Braves. 2 men on. Mike Stanton in to close it out. Not quite. Reggie Sanders drops 1 into center. Here comes Jacob Brumfield and Barry Larkin. The work of Ray Knight, the hitting instructor. 4-3 Reds. Jeff Reardon, though, reminding the Braves fans of what it was like in the World Series last year. Lemke doubles. Justice scores, tied at 4. Bottom of the 9th, bases loaded. Brumfield on his 28th birthday. Happy birthday. Bobby Kelly helps him celebrate by scoring the winning run. The Reds undefeated with Ray Knight as their hitting instructor. And they also, by the way, activated Rob Dibble off the DL. About the Reds controversy from Wednesday, the National League has warned Marge Schott about violating her suspension. She sent a note to new manager, Davey Johnson, during the game, which Johnson says read, "Good luck, we need a win." And it was signed by what looked like a dog's footprint. Aha, Shotzi 02 wrote it. Marge was just delivering it. Under the candle power at Wrigley, what Harry Carey sees first thing in the morning. Bottom of the 6th, Giants over the Cubbies 4-2. Steve Buechele, who's suddenly on fire off Bud Black, and it's back into the black part of the outfield there, and the Cubs tie it up at 4. Bottom of the 7th, 4-4 still. Ray Sanchez singles. Eric Yelding trots home 5-4 Cubs. Scott Williams of the Bulls taking a break. A little friendly wagering on the game? No, I don't think so. Top of the 9th, 1 out and 2 on. Craig Colbert deep to right. Sammy Sosa into the ivy. Cubs fans win. It's Hector Villanueva. That's who it is. 5-4 the victory. The ball game's over. 15 in a row. That would be the hitting streak. He did, in fact, do that in the first inning, but in the fourth, he hits one deep to center. Alex Cole up against the fence and makes the catch. 3 batters later, though, and David Need has been in a terrible slump. Luis Gonzalez, who was also in a slump, coming out of a 2-run homer to right field, and the congratulations with Eric Anthony. 2-0 Astros, bottom of the 6th, payback time. Darren Holmes hits Gonzalez, and Luis comes out to congratulate Darren on getting close to the plate for the first time this year. Tough year for Darren Holmes, not a tough year for Doug Drabek, who gets Dante Bichette. We could feel the breeze from there. The 18th career shutout for Drabek, second as a Stro. It's his 4th.
Now, Kansas City is playing their best ball in almost 2 seasons. They were gunning for a sweep of the AL West leading White Sox. White Sox had Jason Beret making his major league debut. The 22-year-old righty walked 2 in the first, then made that mistake by trying to get a fastball by Mike McFarland. A bad move. McFarland's 6th home run of the year, 3-0 Royals. In the 7th, Sox down 5-2, 2-on-1 out for Frank Thomas, ripping one off reliever Mark Gubicza. Boy, that sounds weird. Thomas drives in Ozzie Guillen and Tim Raines. Sox within 1. Bottom of the 9th, Royals up 2 on. But Jeff Montgomery strikes out Robin Ventura to give him saves in all 3 games. 6-4 Royals the final. Chris Haney with 6 shutout innings as the Royals sweep Chicago for the first time since '91. With a bird's eye view, they saw some great defense. Spike Owen, the chopper. Look at Harold Reynolds with a ditch, and then Cal Ripken over to first to get Owen. Nice play. 3-2 Orioles, bottom 9. Wade Boggs slumping, but comes up big in that situation. The single, will it bring in Randy Velarde? Sure it does. We're tied at 3. We're on to extra innings. Top of the 10th, Mike Devereaux just activated off the DL earlier in the day. Plays hero, bloops one in. The bloop brings in Brady Anderson to score the game winner, and Yankee fans have seen that look by Steve Farr before. O's win at 4-3-10. Chris Hoyles belted home run number 7. He drove in 2 runs. The Yanks have dropped 4 of their last 5. And by the way, the O's also activated Harold Baines and sent the disappointing Glenn Davis down to Rochester. Plays. Jose Canseco said he'd be on ESPN for a month. Well, Jose, you're all right. You're 2 for 2. Jose, though, you have nothing on Marlin right fielder Junior Felix, who had quite a night against the Pirates. There's Tom Prince's easy fly ball. Easy for most, not for Felix. Prince, meantime, lumbering around 3rd. Why not try for the 2nd straight inside the park home run? What the heck? Yeah, Prince is in safely. Back-to-back inside the Parkers for the Pirates. Next mistake by Felix in the 4th. Jeff King with a shot. Felix said he lost this one in the lights. This one he got a 2-base error for. 2 runs came in to score. More misery for Mr. Felix in the 5th. Al Martin's drive. Well, this one went right over Junior's head. He said he misjudged this one. Kind of brings back memories of those Little League days, doesn't it? Junior's adventure at 3 Rivers, not so great. Bucks win it 13-8. By the way, nice Beverly Hills music there. After watching everything go wrong in right for Junior Felix, Marlins skipper Renee Latchman said, right field for us in this series was like a Bermuda Triangle or something. By the way, for the first time in Bob Walk's 14-year career, he wins his 6th game before the month of June. The Brewers, meantime, blew out the Jays in Toronto again. The story of this one, though, Robin Yount, 4 for 5, including home run number 3. Yount has 7 straight hits now over his last 2 games. B.J. Surhoff helping out with 3 hits, 3 runs batted in. Raindrops in Oakland again, but this time they postpone the A's game against the Twins. No makeup date set, but they are taking